powerful heat dome has made itself well known across the Midwest over the past several days and has now finally reached Chicago for the first time. In fact, Chicago currently is receiving its hottest weather in 11 years. This goes in regards to the temperature and in regards to the humidity. In fact, when you look at just the humidity, it's actually the hottest temperature since the dew point is the highest since July 31st, 1999. The dew point this morning at O'Hare Airport as of 11:55 a.m., 80 degrees. We have dew points between 80 and 83 degrees across the Chicago area earlier today. Dew points are now in the upper 70s. Temperatures are soaring into the upper 90s. We do have a wind as usual, but as we pointed out earlier, the phenomenal thing over here is that when temperatures are higher than 95, the wind actually makes it feel hotter outside. So it's hot no matter what, whether the heat index is accurate or not accurate. The heat index chart was made for winds of 5.6 miles per hour. So the heat index chart is not going to be accurate in this case. Temperatures are not actually going to feel like they are 118 degrees. Nonetheless, temperatures are going to feel hotter than the mid or upper 90s nonetheless, because when temperatures are higher than 95 and you have a wind, it makes it feel hotter, not cooler. Tomorrow, temperatures soar up to 100 degrees. Currently, you look at the European computer model, GFS computer model, even the German computer model, the North American mesoscale model, the high-resolution rapid refresh model, all of them forecasting highs in the hundreds at all airports for tomorrow. Afternoon high, we've stuck with the forecast that I had from the beginning over here, high of 100 degrees each and every airport for tomorrow afternoon. The models are actually saying higher than that, but we're sticking with 100. That's what we said from a couple days ago, and I know the forecasts have been all over the place, but not on this podcast. We've been consistent 100 degrees. There is a lake cool front, and that's what's causing the confusion, but that's coming by much later in the day. 100 degrees by all the airports. Tomorrow will be the final day of this intense heat. It will be the first time in 11 years of triple-digit heat. Certainly the hottest temperatures in 11 years could be found tomorrow. Now, let's go elsewhere into the Midwest because we have much more spectacular stuff which has been happening in Kansas over this past week. We had places in Kansas, I think it was Lawrence, Kansas, and then another place called Ottawa, Kansas. Lawrence, Kansas had a dew point the other day. It was either Monday or Tuesday, I believe Monday. The dew point was 84 degrees with a temperature of 103, producing a heat index of 135 degrees. Nobody has discussed this, but look it up. It's at an airport over there. An official reading, dew point 84 degrees with a temperature of 103, heat index 135 degrees. And at Ottawa, we saw a heat index in Ottawa, Kansas reach 129 degrees. These dew points are something which is totally spectacular. Just to add to the mystery, if those people who think that this is not a mystery, that's because there's been so much consistency that we've forgotten that there is a mystery involved in this. You go down to the Gulf Coast, you'll look at the European computer model. It's a reflection of pretty close to reality. Dew points actually drop significantly as you go down there. So it looks like everything's normal because it's been so consistent the whole year. Here we have another thing. The other thing is that it takes hurricanes and tropical storms to break up a heat dome, but when a heat dome is powerful enough, the heat dome actually takes priority, and it's the heat dome that controls the tropical storms and the hurricanes, and not the hurricanes which control the heat dome. Normally, it's the hurricanes that destroy the heat dome. In this case, the heat dome is directing traffic. The heat dome continues. It's powerful. It's at 600. The geographical height is at 600 decimeter. That is something that even in the 2021 heat wave of the Pacific Northwest, I don't remember seeing any 600 decimeters. It went well into the 590s. But for the heat dome, in fact, we've even had reports of 602 decimeters at the geographical height. This is a different way to measure the barometric pressure. It's the way we measure the pressure up into the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere. It's measured at the 500 MB level of the atmosphere. It's measured according to geographical heights. The higher the heat dome, the more powerful it is. So we're seeing stuff that This even surpasses what's happened in the summer of July 1995. The widespread heat of the summer of 1995, we've passed that up. We've passed that up. We're at least on par, but we've passed that up. And here we go. Here, and the question is, will the Chicago local area be able to get hotter than that? And that, I do not think so. The reason for the high temperatures tomorrow is going to be because of a drop in dew points. Actually, this dome of heat, it will be kind of wobbling itself south and weakening just a little bit as we go through the day, and it retrogrades to its west as we go through the rest of the week. But the Chicago area, nonetheless, will be receiving the hottest temperatures tomorrow because at the same time, although the heat dome pulls away from us, we have this low pressure trough, which is going to be responsible for producing an enhanced inversion of temperatures. And this is going to help increase a southwest flow as well. This is what's doing it. And temperatures are likely, due to the lack of humidity, meaning it's only going to be humid, not like Persian Gulf humidity. It's just going to be humid tomorrow. Dew points low 70s instead of dew points upper 70s or low 80s. Temperatures are likely going to respond with temperatures hitting 100 degrees once again. The outlook for next week, a big cool down as usual after these big events here in Chicago. We get a big cool down over the weekend, perhaps even a taste of fall on Sunday, but the temperatures warm right back up after that. That's a report from meteorologist Tom Skilling, the National Weather Service. That's despite the fact the National Weather Service puts us at a 6 to 10 day outlook of below normal temperatures. And temperatures are still going to end up going right back up. We're thinking of having a long-range winter weather forecast coming up as more information comes in, and if it seems possible to actually make a reasonably accurate forecast for this upcoming winter, which we might be able to do. Now, it sounds like it's a far way off, but the variables at play are just so powerful right now. It's very difficult to overlook these things, and they're going to play a very powerful impact on influencing our weather this winter, such as the El Nino and the tremendous increase of frequency of the sunspot cycle. Those two things in particular, and we're waiting to see how the hot waters of the Atlantic play out with all of these tropical storms lined up, a series of low pressure systems lined up as a tropical storm pulls onto the Texas coast, and then the dome of heat actually moves back to the desert southwest over the next several days. Everyone stay safe. I wish everyone a wonderful day.